We're going to come onto our back, soles of the feet together. And if you have a block and want to put the black block on the long side of your back and then a block behind your head, feel free to do that. We're lying down in Supta Baddha Konasana. I'm going to take one more sip of my tea. We're going to get ready to go. And let's see here. Now I'm going to mute everybody. If you need to tell me anything, let me know. I'm going to pin myself and we're going to start the party. So like I said, it's getting long and our patients get shorter and shorter. I just got off the phone with my daughter who was crying because she lost yet another patient. And, in my head, I was going to yoga and everything was good. And, she's not. So we have to really be kind and patient to ourselves and to others. Just based on this roller coaster ride of crazy. And let's start to work on the bright side. 36 days, I think, in its spring. Let's draw in some breaths. Inhale and exhale. Maybe one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. I like this little saying. It says, don't forget to drink H2O and get some sun because you're basically a houseplant with more complicated emotions. So there you go, you guys. You're my little houseplants. Lie down, place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. When you take this next inhale, give it a little bit more breath, more belly. A little bit of patience goes a long way here. On the exhale, maybe push down on the belly and see how you can push the air out. Like when you release a balloon, you want to make sure all that air goes. And then we'll do that 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Let's talk about moving through the nose if you can. That nasal breath is always good. Feel the nostrils move. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. On this last breath, together we take an inhale and we pause. Push down on your belly. Exhale, let it all go. Slowly, we're going to walk our feet together and bring our feet to the floor and our knees in. We're coming right into squeezing the knees towards the chest if you can. Inhale and exhale. Squeeze those knees right in towards your chest. Just hold it there for a moment. Let's take the right knee and squeeze. Let the left leg go long. Take the right knee and grab the outside of the thigh. Pull it to the outside of the right rib cage. Look at my foot. My foot comes up a little bit. My head drops. So I'm thinking of a long line between the crown of my head and the heel of my left foot. And then I just pull my right knee in. You want to think of how you tuck a little bit through the tailbone. So there's that little scoop motion in your belly. Hold. Flex your left toes back. Maybe roll through them a little bit and then release them back to the floor. Now let your shoulders relax. Take one more breath. And then we'll slowly extend the leg out long. Our hands right there by the thigh. Bring the forehead up towards the knee and gently encourage that leg in. Now, do not get too aggressive here. This muscle is cold. It's just waking up. It needs a few cups of coffee. You know what I mean? When you get grumpy like that, soften the shoulders, bring the knee towards the nose and just give it a little stretch. And if you can go further with it, you will. Inhale and exhale. Drop the head back towards the floor. Allow the right leg to come out to the side. The left arm is really pushing actively against that left thigh. So the right leg goes in the opposite direction of that left hip. And hold it here. Maybe roll through the right foot, get a little bit more movement in the calf muscle. And then slowly pull your way back up and hold. Remember, you're engaging ab muscles, tucking tailbone under. Let it move to the other side. Inhale and exhale. Let the right arm extend in the opposite direction. Maybe look towards that right arm. Give it a ha. Shake out the head a little bit. Now, if the ears and shoulders are into each other's space, you've got to let it go and separate them. Take another breath to come back up to center to where we started and hold. This one's a little bit different. You're going to bend the knee, grab the inside. I just threaded the needle underneath my right leg and I pull in. You can lift your left leg up and hover if you want to get a little bit of ab work. And breathe. Come back to center and release. Let the leg come up. And don't do this mindlessly. Do this as if the leg were connected to your entire body, right? So as that leg comes around, sweep it around and feel the movement of the ball and socket joint, but all the muscles of the back, right? And the belly. And then move in the opposite direction. Come back to center. You're going to cross your right leg over left and just squeeze it in for a moment. Maybe notice the difference from your right hip to your left. Rock it side to side. Basically, this is you being a houseplant getting that H2O. Like your H2O is not only that water, but also your breath. The ability to come onto the mat and let go of things that are driving you crazy. Bring the left leg up, please. Roll through that foot. Extend your right leg long. You're going to bend this knee and pull it in towards the armpit. I'm really mindful about keeping the ankle over the knee to make this more like a frog-like pose rather than a closed knee pose like this. It's here. Take your right hand and push down against that right thigh for a moment. Actually, extend the left leg up. Maybe you reach up a little bit bigger, nose towards knee and hold. And then let the leg just gently migrate over to the left, push down against the right. Maybe roll through that ankle. I like to feel the extension of my right leg, how long it can go, and then the extension of my left. So there's this great amount of energy working in that V zone there in the inner groin. Come back up to center. Guide it all the way over to the other side using the abs and the back muscles. Let the left arm extend. Maybe look over that left shoulder. Give it a ha and breathe. Come back up to center. We're going to bend that knee. Guide the head up. Thread the arm under. Give the forehead a little lift towards the ankle as you squeeze it in. On the exhale, you release. And let's do that thing again where we just go around in a circle 2 times to the left. Anybody else snap, pop, and cracking? I am too. It saves you a trip to the chiropractor. Back up the other way. Ooh. And then cross your left leg over right. Squeeze your knees in. Grab your ankles. Notice the difference. I can definitely feel a difference here in my knees when I cross the opposite leg over. Rock it side to side. Pull yourself back to center. Move into full happy baby bug pose. Pulling the knees towards the armpits and hold here for a moment. Maybe tap the toes towards the ceiling with the flex point action and some circles. Good. Now we're going to grab the outsides of our baby fingers, our baby toes if we can, and squeeze the knees in a little bit more. If it doesn't work, just grab whatever you can. You want to think about elongating the spine as you grow the chin in towards the chest just a tad. Extend the legs out into a straddle. Hold this, please. Now push the legs just an inch or 2 away from the body, away from the ribs, right? And then bring the hands behind the head. Start to pulse for 10, 9, 8. If this is too much for your back, bring them to the floor. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let the feet come together. Your shoulders stay lifted. Look, my knees are over my hips now. Flex toes. Pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now bend the knees. Let the knees and ankles be in one long line. Place the hands to the thighs. Push. So get a little bit more aggressive in that lower belly muscle area, and also right in the front and center rectus abdominis area of your belly, right in front. Push and hold here. We're going to go ahead and let the left leg extend out and hover. Keep that feeling of the right hand pushing on the thigh as you bring the hands behind. Cross the left elbow over right. Now, keep the shoulder blades lifted. Just switch the legs, but keep that movement, that feeling that my hand is pushing against the thigh. We're going super slow. If it's too much, you place a foot to the floor and just twist it. So you could be here and just modify by modifying the range that you're going with your shoulders. Keep going if you can, super slow. If you need to check in and put your hand on the thigh every once in a while, you will. Keep going. Let's just go for 3 more, wherever you're at. For 2. And for 1. Now hold it here for a moment. Lift up that chest. Legs go up towards the ceiling. You'll cross your right leg over and just let the head come down, right arm under. Little bit of eagle sit-ups before we get up there. So elbows to knees. There's a small lift of the hips. Just go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Can you keep the elbows and knees together and just pulse? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Drop the arms all the way down. The knees are going to flop to the left. Just feel that extra little stretch, that yumminess in the outside of your right hip. Pull yourself back up. Let them flop to the right. Now you feel it on the left. Unravel. Place the hands to the thighs. You're pushing aggressively against the thighs. Lift the shoulder blades up and hold. Let the arms come behind your head. This time I'm going to extend and let my right knee come up, left elbow, and then switch to the other side. Keep going. You can let that opposite foot hover. You can put the feet on the ground and come here and do it in a modified version. Let's just go for 3 more. So super slow, keeping the feet lifted really makes a difference in the work in the abs. And then we hold here. We're going to bring the left leg over right, left arm under, and let's go into these eagles. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Hold it up here. Did I do both sides on the last one? Okay. For 3, 2, and 1. Let's release it down. Let the knees go to the left this time. And then to the right. All right, do I have to do another set, Lisa?
No, you did.
Okay, so we're even. Lisa's here to make sure I don't screw up. We're going to rock and roll now, up and down. So my type A's, you can say, check, abs are done. Exhale back, inhale up. They're really not, because you have to use your abs throughout the whole practice. Exhale, inhale, 2 more, exhale, inhale. We're going to come all the way up and onto all fours. Come all the way onto all fours. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. I just want to make sure that everybody can hear me and see me. We're all good? All right. There's Sabelle. Can't believe she's not out riding her bike. All right. Hands under shoulders, knees under chest, knees under hips. We're going to take an inhale and stretch that belly long. On the exhale, tuck the tailbone and pull everything in. All right, so are you pushing against your thumb and index fingers? Remember to do that. So as you inhale and lengthen, do not roll out to the baby fingers. That's gonna, look how I sink in my back when I do that. Exhale, pull everything in, chin in towards chest. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen. Stretch the belly muscles. Exhale, pull it in. And 1 more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull it in and hold, chin in towards chest. Just draw that energy up and in and breathe. Take a deep breath. It's like you're taking a really long trip, or like, you know, you've been in COVID for 1.5 years and you're almost done. It's this. Ha! Shake it all out. Extend the right leg long and walk it back and forth. Back and forth. There we go. Feel a stretch in your toes. Your toes are important, you guys. They are important. Come back to center, draw that right leg up, square the hip and hold. What we're going to do here is we're actually going to turn the toe out, dial that left leg out, and we're going to go right into a side plank with a lifted leg. If you prefer to keep the leg to the floor, you will. So I want you to start to fine tune things. Keeping things simple is paying attention to the details, like simple alignment details. This is an open hip. You're opening up your heart. If you can reach back and bow it, you will. Breathe. The more you dial out that left leg, the more leverage you have on your mat. Now inhale, lengthen, bring that right arm over your head. Maybe peek underneath. On the exhale, the right arm will come back to land. Now we close the hip. Pay attention. There it is. Push through the heel, maybe the ball of the big toe. Extend the left arm long. Breathe. Little bit of space between chin and chest. Do not dive into this right elbow like sloppy. No, no, no. Elbow draws into thumb. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale, let's pull it in. Inhale out. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale out. 2 more. Exhale, in. Inhale out. 1 more time. Elbow into knee round. Inhale, kick it out. Bend the knee, reach back, and bow it out. Now, if a bowed leg is not good for you right now, you're here and just pushing the heel up. We all have a place to be. Take 1 more breath. Extend the leg out long. And just let it come over to the left, peeking over that left shoulder. So the more I push against my right hand, the more I get a stretch through my right rib side. Now lift your chin, look over your left. Watch what I'm going to do here. If it doesn't work for you, you don't have to do it. But I'm simply sitting back in a little bit of a pretzel. If it's hard for you to get that way, get to this that way, then, do it your own way. But I gotta turn this way so you can see where I'm at. You eventually, this is called cow face pose, and these are the ears of the cow. You eventually want to get the knees to be in line. Now, if your hip's way up here and you can't do it, then just cross it in front and work more through that seated twist or seated fold. So we're going to sit up nice and tall. Maybe take the arms up even. I feel my left hip. It is off a little bit because, exhale, that's the way we're built. Just fold forward. Let the head go. You should feel a nice stretch in the left hip side. Some of you will feel it everywhere based on how tight you are. Let the chin drop towards the knee. Some of you are still trying to get into the pose. I totally get it. Okay, take an inhale, come all the way up. Before we go out of this, I want you to twist to the left. So I'm twisting in the opposite direction of you. You're twisting to the left, lift your chin up and give it a little twist. And then you'll just bring the arms all the way around. This is where you become that chorus line dancer. Bring that leg around. Come around. There's that sexy transition, right? It's almost Valentine's Day. You got to practice sexy transitions. Woo! Bring those knees side to side, or the elbows side to side, and the hips. Move into a circle here. Inhale and exhale. Move in the opposite direction. And then maybe even make the shoulders happy. Right? If you've been shoveling a lot, you got to release those shoulders. Come back to center. Before we move to the second side, I'm going to have you pick up your right hand and roll through that right hand. Maybe flex and point it. Bring it down for a moment with the fingers face back and lean into it to give it a little stretch. You can even make a little circle here. Feel the stretch in the front of that wrist. And now come back. Inhale, draw it up, stretch open. Exhale, pull it all the way under. Draw that right forearm down. Right ear to the mat. Release through the jar. If your jar is all tight, well then, you're going to be stuck down there. You don't want to be like cement. You want to be buoyant. Let the left arm come up. Bring that left arm around and just give it a little twist. Inhale and exhale. Remember, if you have any sort of injuries, don't push to the edge of these. Just kind of feel it out before you go. That's talking to you, Lisa.
No.
Come back up to center. Bring it up to all fours. Lisa's in the room with me doing yoga, and her back is all screwed up. So I'm trying to make sure she's behaving. Move the hips side to side. Take an inhale, lengthen the spine. On the exhale, round. And then exhale, let it go. So we're going to extend the left leg long. And before we go anywhere, I want you to rock it back and forth. Taking that right leg out. See how I dial it out a little bit? And I turn. I'm going to turn away from you with my left arm coming up. The left leg can lift up. Get really expressive through your feet and your fingers. Sometimes when life is really heavy and we let the mental part take over our body, you can see it in the way we physically walk, the way we express stuff with our fingers and our toes. So this is a good way of getting that stuff gone. Open up space through your fingers, fight it. Space through your toes. Maybe bend the knee and grab it to a bow. Lift up through the heart. Shine that energy up. Open up space in your body to bring in even that more buoyant energy. And then inhale, lengthen. Bring that arm over your head for a moment. Fingertips away. Your ear is framed with your bicep. Fingertips away from your feet. And then exhale, turn everything down. Notice your squared hip here. As you close the hip, you have to bring that right foot in. I'm keeping my foot nice and active, feeling the inner groin of my inner thigh there. Right arm comes out. Exhale, pull it in. Get that rounded spine. Inhale out. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale out. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale out. Hold the exhale in. Elbow in. Draw it all the way in. Inhale, kick it out. Bend the knee. Reach back. Grab the ankle. Heel towards the sky. Open through the chest. Breathe. Good. Now that left elbow is not collapsing. Think about the thumb and index finger pushing down and the elbow drawing in. And that will open up that right shoulder back even. And then inhale, extend. Exhale, bring the left leg behind right, look over that right shoulder. Push away more through the heel of the left hand to look up and over the right shoulder a little more. And then this is that kind of weird sitting back in a pretzel with your right knee on top. So you figure out best way to do that. Adjust your feet as needed. The ears of the cow come out here. Remember, if this isn't for you, figure out your version of it. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge from the hips and come forward. Sometimes you'll feel this much more on one side than you will on the other. Take one more breath. And then slowly come up. We're going to go to a twist. Twist to the right. Lift your chest up and just twist away. Breathe. Come back to the inhale. Chorus, you can go to reverse if you want, but we're going to chorus girl the right leg along, chorus line, and come right into your table. Nicely done, everybody. We got to do our left side now. So our left hand. Bring your left arm up, roll through the wrist first. Maybe bring the fingers back and just kind of move through a circle. Moving the other way. Remember, you choose how deep you need to turn that wrist. Shake it back up, inhale. On the exhale, you choose how deep you want to thread this under. This could go to your forearm, or you could extend it all the way out, the left ear to the mat, the right arm to the sky. Maybe that right knuckles come down to the left and you give it a little twist. Maybe the right leg lifts up and you balance. It's all up to you. Take a few breaths here. And then we'll slowly, and I mean slowly, come back up to center. So we're really working with that occipital nerve right up here in your neck and your shoulders. So you have to come up slowly because you will get dizzy. Slowly pull yourself up to stand on your knees. Roll your shoulders back. Do that a couple times. So notice the energy. When things get tough, we're like this. I can't do this. Think about what that does to your organs, right? And then to your brain. So if you're lengthening and lifting and pulling back, that opens the heart, even if you have to fake it to make it. Tuck the toes under to feel the stretch there. Take an inhale, pull yourself all the way up. On the exhale, we're just going to bring the arms around and sit back. I'm trying to keep one long line. And then inhale, pull back up. And then bring the arms down to your side, back in here. Now, if this is hurting your knees to do this, then just maybe you come a little bit. And then which motion you're doing the arms, it doesn't matter. Just get the shoulders moving. And then we're going to do that one more time with the arms actually coming down, fingers up your back, and moving right into a bow pose. Keeping the hips forward, elbows in, chin in towards chest, breathe. Inhale, butterfly, stroke the arms up and around. Exhale, land the hands under the shoulders. Your legs are all ready to go right into downward facing dog. Look at that. I told you we're going to go one little thing at a time, right? One piece of the body at a time. Bend your left knee, let your right heel drop down. If you want to bend your right elbow, that's kind of an interesting stretch too. Keeping the left hand pushing, and then just switch to the other side. So I'm bending into my right knee, and I'm bending my left elbow a little. And then do it again. If you can't figure out what I'm saying, don't listen to me. Just do what you need to do. Let's do it a couple more times. Moving from side to side. Find some stretch in your feet as you do this, like through the inner soles. And then come back to your tippy toes. Look up beyond your fingertips for a moment. And then drop your head. Drop your hips by bending the knees a little bit and hold. Draw the shoulders away from ears. And now lift the hips up. The shoulders will come a little bit forward. Drop the heels down. Everything falls back. Let's do that again. Come up to your tippy toes, wide through your thumb and index fingers. Look at your ankles for a moment. See that your toes and ankles aren't splaying out. You want to keep them parallel, like a number 11, right? Exhale, bend. Inhale, hips lift up. Imagine I have a huge strap around the front of your thighs, almost to the lower belly, and I pull you back to stretch your heels. We do that one more time. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Come down to your knees for a moment. Let's give the shoulders a little rest. I'm going to come onto the tops of my feet, walk out my hands, and come into an extended child's pose. Drop the head between the arms, wiggle the hips back. Give it a ha. Come back up just for an inhale to walk your hands to the right. My left hand will piggyback over right. I'm going to come up a little bit. My weight lifts up and open my knees, and then I'm going to push my hips to the left as I extend my arms to the right, letting my chin drop in between my biceps. And then pull back up to center, crawl yourself to the other side. My left hand stays on the ground, my right arm comes on top, and I swing my hips to the right. Let my chin drop, my ear drop, and pull yourself back up. You're ready for another downward dog. Tuck the toes under, bring it into your downward dog and hold. This time, walk your big toes to touch, extend your right leg up and hold in a squared hip. So we're well versed on the squared hip, right? We just did it. Try to extend your leg even longer by pushing the heel. Really push. Beautiful. Drop the head. Everybody's looking awesome. You got it, Sabelle. And then bend the knee, peel it open. Turn the kneecap up towards the sky. Turn that knee all the way up towards the sky. Come down to your forearms if you need it. Work on straightening your left leg. Nice, Joan. Beautiful. Take one more breath. Bring your right knee to your right elbow. Right knee, right elbow. Kick it all the way back. Bring your right knee to your right elbow again. Kick it all the way back. Right knee to right elbow. 2 more times. Don't rush it. Kick it all the way back. Right knee to right elbow and pause and hold. Pause and hold. For 3, for 2, kick it back, bend the knee, peel it open, and then slide that right foot all the way through. We're coming right into a low lunge. Right foot forward, back heel to the mat. Come into this low lunge. Hands are framing the foot. Lengthen the spine nice and long. This little extra lean forward is going to give you that extra stretch in your psoas. And if you don't think you need it, you're crazy. That psoas gets cut all tight and pulls you back. Lengthen the spine up nice and long. Tuck the back toes under. As you exhale, bring the upper body over that lower body. Give it a little stretch. Now come back to land the knee. Use the belly muscles to pull you up. Extend through the arms. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Let it go. This is our opportunity to let the heaviness go. It's a sunny, beautiful day out there today. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull yourself over. We have 2 more of those to go. Take the inhale, draw it up. I'm pushing evenly against the ball of my big toe. Exhale through my right foot in my heel. Inhale, exhale. We got 1 more to go. Inhale, pull it up. Exhale, push it away. Inhale, lengthen. Bring that back leg in. Fall into this forward fold. Let the head go, please. Feel the heel of the back foot really pushing down. See if you can manipulate the right hip back a little bit more and the left hip forward. And then lean into that right foot. Walk your fingertips forward for a moment. We're moving into the spinal balance pose, but on one leg. Walk your right hand to your thigh and your left. Hold. Bring your right arm out and hold this balance. Breathe. Take 1 more breath. On the exhale, land in a crescent lunge. Hold your crescent lunge here. Sink deep into that front knee, but feel the stretch in your back. So if you bend this knee, I'm slipping with my socks. If you bend your back knee and then you straighten it, you'll feel how that back leg is a huge part of this pose. Do it a couple times and then hold it. Extend the arms up a little bit more as if the ring fingers are just reaching all the way up. On this one, you're going to go ahead and exhale and turn to the right. Let the right hand tap down and then come back up. So we're going to do that again. Turn to the right. Let the right hand tap down all the way back up. 2 more. Turn to the right. That left arm can come down. Inhale. 1 more time. Watch this. Come down and hold. Right hand will tap down. Left arm will reach up. Feel the stretch. Breathe. Take an inhale back to center. Take an exhale. high to low push-up. Inhale high, exhale low. Inhale upward facing dog. Exhale back. Extra push-ups if you want them. If not, stay in downward dog. Inhale high, exhale low. Inhale up, exhale back. One more time. Inhale high, exhale low. Inhale up, exhale back. Nicely done, everybody. Left leg lifts up. Breathe the left hip up and square it for a moment. Just notice the difference. Awesome. Now, lift it up, bend the knee, and peel it open. Really push through the heels of the hands so you turn that kneecap up even more. Beautiful, JoJo. Now tap your left knee to your left elbow and then kick it back. So we have 3 of those to go. You find your rhythm. The exhale is tapping the knee to elbow. The inhale is lengthening. 2 more if you're on my count. All the way back. Last time, knee to elbow and pause. Pause, pause, pause. Kick the leg all the way back, bend the knee, peel it open, and slide it all the way through. We're coming right into that low lunge. Hands frame the foot, lengthen the spine nice and long, tuck the toes under behind. Left arm can come up if you'd like. We can lift up, extend up. Feel that extension first. Okay, hands frame the foot. On the exhale, bring it back. So let's do 3 more of these. The arms will extend up. Don't roll to the baby toe side of that foot. Push against the mount of the big toe, and then exhale. Come up and over. Keeping that nice straight spine. 2 more times. Inhale, pull it up. Exhale, up and over. 1 more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, up and over. Square the hips. Hold. Pyramid. I like to move my hips around a little bit here to get myself in the mood, right? Like sometimes that hip sways way out to the left. Slide that right hip forward, left hip back, and then settle. Breathe. Shift your weight into that left big toe. Everything comes forward here. Left hand to the thigh. Slowly pull your way up. Maybe the left arm comes up. Breathe. You're going to pull yourself all the way up and land in your crescent lunge. Hold your crescent lunge. Definitely adjust your feet so that you're hip width apart, not tightrope apart. Maybe bend that back knee and just see where you're going with that back knee. Just bend and straighten. Do a couple times. On the last one, we're just going to hold it. This is a little different. This is where we swing the arms around. We're going to tap and then pull back up. That left arm will tap the left leg. Ready? Tap. The right leg, actually. All the way up. Tap. 1 more time. Hold the tap. Lift up and a little bit of back. So that's a little bit of a twist, so you feel it a lot in the right hip side. And then come all the way down to a high push-up. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale all the way back. 2 extra push-ups if you want them. Inhale high, exhale low, inhale up, exhale back. 1 more time. Inhale high, exhale low, inhale up, exhale back. Hang on to your downward facing dog. Look towards your fingers. Jump to the front of the mat and hang in a ragdoll. Look to see which arm is on top. Let the pointy part of the elbows come down towards the toes. And just swing side to side. Let the head go. Open up your feet almost wider than your mat for a moment. Let your right hand come down to the middle in between your 2 feet. Bend into your right knee and start to let your left arm come up. You're giving it a little twist. Breathe. And then switch to the other side. The left hand will come down. Bend into your left knee. Try to straighten your right. Feel that twist. Now come back to center. You can cross your right arm over left. I'm going to reach for my shins. Bend a little bit forward. Now the pressure of the hands to the shins is going to make this a little bit more intense. I'm straightening my legs and trying to peek under my right elbow. Come back to center. Thread the right arm under. I'm going to go this way so you can see. I'm bending my knees to start. And if you can't get far, that's fine. Leaning a little bit into my right side so I can peek under the left. Hold and breathe, and then come back to center. Put the opposite forearm on top. If you remember which one it is, hang in your ragdoll. Shake the head out. Give it a... Slowly bend the knees and pull yourself all the way up to stand. Give it an inhale. Sweep the arms up. Before we go anywhere, open up your feet hip width. Reach for your left wrist, lean to the right. Maybe a little bit of bend of the knees. This is a blossoming of the pose. As you straighten the legs, you lean over, peek underneath the elbow. Remember that thing we did at the beginning when I was talking about drawing the belly button in and tucking the tailbone under a little bit? You're doing it here, but never do it too much. When you do this, right, that's too much. You think of your hips as a bowl of water. And if you pronate or if you, God, I can't remember, turn the hips out or turn the hips in too much, the bowl of water splashes, right? So you have to kind of be even. Switch to the other side. Look underneath that right elbow. And then come back up to center. Exhale, let the arms come down. Your right wrist reaches towards your heels. Let your left ear come to your left shoulder. And then come back to center. Left. It's supinate. No, it's. I'm having a senior moment. Inhale, pull it all the way up. Bring the hands to the center of the heart. You're going to hold in Samasthiti. Can you believe it took us that long to get here, right? But your body's feeling supercharged now. Let's go to our Asana. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step back to your high push-up. Remember, with or without the push-ups, with or without the knees. Inhale to your upward facing dog if you're taking it. Remember, no sagging of the hips. Draw the belly in, pull it back into your downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths here. Look towards your fingers, jump or step to the front of the mat. Take an inhale, lengthen. Take an exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Hands come to the center of the heart, exhale. Let's do this again, one more time. Take the focus up to stretch through the neck and a little bit back. Follow the focus from the ceiling to the wall, to the floor, to behind you. Inhale, lengthen, look up, step to your high so that chin doesn't drop. Exhale, low. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Draw in 2 breaths. Look towards your fingers, jump or step to the front of the mat. Take an inhale, lengthen. An exhale, fold. Hold on to that for a moment. Inhale, root to rise. One more time. Exhale, bring it all the way down. Inhale, lengthen. High to low push-up. Inhale, high. Exhale, low. Inhale, upward facing. Awesome. Exhale, back. Kick your right leg up. Please bend the knee and peel it open. So you know this well. This is when we take the right knee over to the left elbow and tap it. And then kick it back. If you prefer to come down onto your knee, tap it from here and kick it back. We have 2 more to go. Right knee, left elbow, tap it. Kick it back. We hold the right knee, left elbow, maybe into fallen triangle. So you could bring that right leg out and lift. You could grab the foot and lift it up. Whatever works for you. We're going to kick that right leg all the way back and slide it all the way through, moving right into Warrior One. From Warrior One, we're going to go right into Eagle. Bring the left arm under and hold your Eagle. Swing those elbows around a little bit to give that, like that muscular energy a chance to loosen up a little. Watch your back knee. We definitely tend to collapse in that. So I really emphasize doing this a couple times to feel it straighten. Then slide that left hip forward. Right knee tracks the baby toe. Lift the elbows up. A lot going on there. Maybe up and a little bit back. On the exhale, you're going to drop into your humble warrior with eagle arms. Yeah, just breathe. Let the head go. Inhale and exhale. And then slowly unravel the arms. This is going to feel good. Your left arm comes down. Your left tail lifts. Reach up to the right. Give it a twist. Breathe. Right arm can come behind you. That release feels so good, like you let me out. And then right hand to the thigh, pull yourself all the way up into your Warrior Two and pause. Roll those shoulders back. Wiggle it around a little bit. Put that right arm up and breathe. Maybe reach for the elbow. Do not collapse in that back leg. Lift up and a little bit back. And then slide right into Utthita Paschimottanasana, extended side angle. You're nice and warm for this now, so figure out where you want to go. You want to just bring that left arm behind and keep that left arm up. It's up to you. Lift up through the right rib side. Bounded Ardha Chandrasana is something different. If you want to try that, you'll be lifting your left leg up, not your right. Take a few breaths to play where you need to play. We'll draw in 3 more breaths. And then we're going to swing it all the way up on the inhale. Turn the right toe out and the exhale. Breaststroke the arms around. Interlock the hands behind and fold forward. Let the forehead come down towards the mat. Swing your hips side to side a little bit. Wiggle the shoulders up. Take an inhale. Pull it back up to center on the exhale. Release the right foot forward. We're moving right into Trigonosan. Right hand comes down. Now, if you prefer to be working on your Ardha Chandrasana, you're going to bring your left hand to your hip, slide everything forward, and lift up into your Ardha Chandrasana. Left arm comes up, and breathe. So we've worked already a lot with these open hips and these squared hips. You can feel this left hip. If you put your left hand on your hip, and you take your thumb behind that left hip, so with your left thumb, you're pushing your left hip down towards your ankle, right ankle, but you're lifting your left hip up. That's going to open your hip a little. Hold here. Now on the exhale, if you're in triangle, you're joining us too. We're all going to come all the way up, turning to the front of the mat. The left arm will come up. Walk your back leg in. You're twisting. You're revolving, actually, over that right leg. Give it a twist. If you want to bring the back leg up, you can. Sometimes it's better to work the stretch than the balance. We're going to exhale down towards the front of that mat and walk your back leg in. So the left baby toe is in line with the right baby toe. Walk your hands to the right, the hips to the left. And then slowly open up your feet into a Malasana squat. Sit it all the way down. Elbows towards the inner thighs. Please release the tension in your neck. It's not worth keeping all that. What are you keeping it for? Bring the hands to the floor, lift your hips up. Bring your knees to the elbows and come into crow. Or stay with me in a Malasana squat. Whichever works. We're going to fold it forward, draw the hips up, walk everything in. Come into your Utkatasana. Is that the first one of the day? I think it is. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step back to your high to low push-up. Coming right into your downward facing dog. Awesome. So this time you're going to take your left leg up, and let your left knee come way over to your right, and then kick it back. Beautiful. Do it again. Nice, Marjorie. 2 more. Left knee over. Awesome. And then hold this one. Extend the leg out. Arm balance if you want. Sure, Lucy, you're up there. Whatever you want to do there. Grab the foot. Nice, Sibel. You got that foot. Keep lifting. Excellent. Kick that leg all the way back, please. Bend the knee, peel it open. And then slide it all the way through into your warrior one. So from your warrior one, we're going to draw the right arm under and come into eagle. From your eagle, you want to make sure that the knee is tracking that baby toe. Beautiful, Tana. Nice, guys. Looks awesome. Lift the elbows up a little bit more and create a little bit of a back bend. Feel the rib cage lift up. Nice, Deb. Keep going. Beautiful, Jojo. And then let everything come down in a humble warrior. Let it go. Breathe. Let it go. You are a water plant. This is part of your, what you need to grow. Take a few more breaths. Let the head go. And then this is where you open up. So this is where you're going to put your right hand down to the floor. Lift your left heel up and come into a crescent lunge twist. Crescent lunge twist. You're twisting. Yep. Your right hand is down. Your left arm is up. You're twisting to the left. That's it. Keep twisting. And then spin your way up into warrior two. Hold your warrior two. Take an inhale. Roll the shoulders down. Exhale. Flip the arm up. Maybe reach back. Give it a little stretch. And then bring that left forearm to your left thigh, right arm to the sky, and breathe. So this one is reaching either forward or stay here. Earlier, we did one of these, right? You can bring it behind, whatever works for you. Stay in your zone. Take a few more breaths. And then pull yourself all the way up to face the right side of your mat. Turn your toes out this time. And just come down here, hands behind the head. You'll tap your right elbow down towards your right knee and then your left. And you're trying to keep your knees open and you're going super slow. So like we did earlier in our crunches on the floor, we're kind of staying with the slow go here, right? And then maybe you tap the right arm behind the knee. You tap the left arm behind the knee. Don't let the knees turn in. Let's do it a couple more times. And then we hold. Lift the heels up. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Watch. Turn your toes in. I'm bending to my right knee and lifting up my left heel because I want to get my inner groin right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm keeping my hands where they are. I'm going to bend into my left knee, but keep my hands here, walking them away from my left hip. And then back to center. Bend into your left knee. My right heel lifts up. Now watch, I'm going to walk my hands over to the left, but my hips are going right. And then pull yourself back to center. Pull awesome up. Turn to the front of the mat. We're going to go right into Trigonosan or into Ardha. So this is feet on the floor triangle, or this is leg lifted Ardha. You choose. We'll stay here for another minute and then we're going right into the Revolve Twist. So you can bring that right leg down, bring the right arm up, and everybody together will twist around that left leg. Twisting to the left, breathe. Few more breaths, inhale and exhale. And then slowly bring your back leg in. Take an inhale. On the exhale, fold. Walk your hands to the left, your hips to the right. Breathe. Slowly come back to center to even out the feet. Grab your big toes on this one and just fold forward. Enjoy that forward fold, that ha. And then bend the knees, slowly pull it all the way up. We're going to go eagle. Right arm comes under, right leg comes around. Finishing our standing sequence here. Hold it. I'm going to add on to dancers with this, and if you want to add on, feel free. So again, we're going from this closed pose to this open pose. And then hang with me on this. We're going back to just eagle arms, but the right ankle sits on the thigh and we come to pigeon with the leg and just sink those elbows down towards the ankle. Pull yourself all the way back up. Big exhale, let it go. Let it go. Left arm comes under. Shoot the left leg around. Come right into your eagle. Maybe bring it down. It's up to you. But we are going to go into dancers from here. Grabbing that left ankle, kicking against the heel of the hand, lifting it up. And then we'll finish. We'll finish in pigeon. Falling down is cool. It's just getting back up is what we're talking about. And then pull yourself all the way up. Take an inhale. Inhale, pull it up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, lengthen. Let's step it all the way into a high push-up and hold. Come down very slowly. It will take you 8 counts to get down. On 4, you're halfway. 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done, everybody. Place the forearms to the floor. Lift the heart up. Reach back for that right foot. I do this almost every week because it's a great stretch for the front of your right quad. Figure out how you want to do it. Lift the chest up tall. And then release the foot. Guide the right knee up to the elbow, left arm under. Start to work in your final spinal. We're getting closer to Shavasana. So you really want to relax the energy up there in your upper right hip that holds you back. Remember, don't go beyond what feels right. Every day is different, especially if you've been shoveling. Come back to center, wiggle it out, bring the left leg up, reach back, lift up through the chest. I have to say, I didn't love the halftime show, but it made it easier to go out and shovel. So there's always the ups and downs in life, right? And then we'll exhale, let it go. Bring the left knee towards that wrist. Bring that left arm around. Give it a ha. And slowly pull yourself back to center. You'll breaststroke your arms around, grab your ankles, and finish in your bow. If you feel like moving on to the side of your hips, go for it. Whatever works. We're going to slide the hands by the ribs, pull ourselves up, and pull right into downward dog. Right leg lifts up, bend the knee, peel it open. Bring the knee to your nose and pause. And we're moving into pigeon. So if you need to move onto your back, you will. Everybody sit up in your pigeon, tucking your back toes under to square your hips, and then slide it all the way down into pigeon. I don't know about you, but I think that class feels like it just cruised by. I can't believe it's almost over. Take an inhale, lengthen on the exhale, let everything go. Right? It's another beautiful day. Take 2 more breaths. And if you want your double pigeon, you will sit up and let your left leg come around right. If not, you're just going to go deeper in the pigeon you're currently in. You choose. We'll draw in 3 more breaths. From here, if you're coming out of pigeon and you want to kick your right leg back and shake it out, go for it. If you want to flip your dog, go for it. Whatever feels good. And then we'll slide the left knee to the left wrist when you're ready. Left knee, left wrist when you're ready. Inhale, exhale, settle in. Drop the heart. Enjoy the ride. Excellent. So watch the roller coaster of emotions when you get into pigeon. Sometimes it feels so yummy, and then after you're there for a while, you start feeling like, am I claustrophobic? Am I breathing? You know, you kind of have like an anxiety attack. It's our reactions to that. Take an inhale, exhale, give yourself some extra little love and let it go. Make it a double pigeon if you need it. Bringing your back leg around, whatever works for you. Awesome. And then we'll come all the way back. Kick that left leg back. If you're on your back, you can just make circles of it. If you're in downward dog, you can flip your dog. We're all going to come back to land in a seated position with the legs in front, extending the legs out in front of you in staff pose. Lift the arms all the way up. Inhale, open and close. Feel the hinge from the hips. Come forward. Let the forehead drop down. Breathe. Let the head go. And then pull yourself all the way up on the exhale, bend the knees. Slowly sit back like we did when we were on our knees, where we came back. And then pull back up. Maybe dig your heels in. Exhale back. Inhale up. If it hurts your back, don't kind of change how low you're going with this. Exhale back. Inhale up. This is where you kind of exhale back and you hover, scoop it out, and then you inhale up. Exhale back and hover. Inhale up. One more time. Exhale back and just hold it. And then slowly roll it down. Walk your feet in. Pick your hips up towards the sky. Let's bring the left leg to the floor, right leg to the sky, and hold. Arms will come out. It makes it a little bit harder. Just keep lifting that left hip up. On the exhale, bring the right leg down. Let the left leg come up. Same idea. We're trying to strengthen your hips here. Exhale. Drop it all the way down. Supta Baddha Konasana. Arms like field goal post. Hold here for a moment. We have one more bridge your wheel. You choose. Feet to the floor, hips to the sky. Go. Interlock the hands underneath. Whatever works for you. Breathe.
Feel the inner arches of your feet lift up, all 4 points of your feet active, pulling you up rather than letting you sink. One more breath, one vertebrae at a time comes to land. Let the soles of the feet come together. Similar to where we started our class. Maybe you feel the difference from where you were and where you are now. We're going to bring our knees together and move into a final spinal. Let the knees go to the right, head and arms to the left. Give it a ha. Come back up to center, move in the opposite direction with a little ha. And then come back to center, lift your feet up towards the sky. Move into happy baby bug pose. If you feel like you need an upside down pose, you know, sometimes I like to come into candlestick pose, go for it, take a few breaths to explore. Put your socks on if you need them. We're going to be going into Shavasana in a minute as you slowly lower your feet to the floor. Extend your feet long. And let's just take a deep breath in with an open mouth. Let it all go. You have arrived, my friends. Grab your blankets, your pillows, whatever you need. I want you to feel the breath that moves through your body. Like the sun. You know how good it feels when you're out there and you're like, I need my sunglasses. But it's such a great feeling. It's like this warm blanket that someone just puts over your shoulders and it's like all is good with the world, right? Let that settle in so they feel your skin soften across the front of your face, the back of your throat, side temples, tip of your chin. How about the tongue to the roof of your mouth? Let it swallow and slip down to the center of your chest, to the right shoulder, left shoulder, elbows, wrists, fingers, thumbs. Same sensation from the top of the shoulder blades to the middle of the belly, to the right and left sides of your glutes, riding down the tops of your thighs, tops of your knees, tops of your shins, tops of your feet, tips of your toes. And then feel that sensation on the bottoms of your feet, the backs of your ankles. That's hysterical. Is that a cat? I love it. Backs of your calves, the backs of your knees, the backs of your quads, all the way from the bottom of the spine to the middle of the belly to the center of the chest. You have arrived, my friends. Enjoy. Let's start to move our fingers and our toes, our ankles and our wrist. You can stay there if you want. You're in your house. Let the arms extend up overhead for a big, huge inhale. On the exhale, squeeze your knees in, move it around for a moment, and then let it drop over into that fetal position where we sit for a moment. Little reminder, don't forget to drink H2O and get some sun because you're basically a houseplant with, I love it, more complicated emotions. So that's my advice for today. Also, remember, we show up, burn brightly, live passionately, and when the moment is over, when our work is done, we step back and let go. Victory to our spirits, peace to all beings. Let's come up to a seated position. Pretty please. Spine is nice and long. Maybe let go. Look over the right and the left in the air. I didn't do a lot of that today. Roll those shoulders back. Take an inhale, draw it up. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. As we bow and surrender to our two selves, we say, Namaste. Tana, that cat was hysterical with you doing Shavasana. Tana's cat was like on top of her trying to get into the blanket.